One fringe weaver. What kind of memories do you have with rum? Nothing you need to worry about. Okay. Alright, now's my turn to ask questions. About what? What kind of family is your family? Well, I'm an only child. My mom and dad split amicably. My mom is a violinist. She was always away from her home with the orchestra. I spent most of my time with my dad, my aunt, and my grandpa. Aside from that, I'd say my childhood was quite uneventful. Huh. Didn't you get something like your mom's artistic vein or something? Oh, fucking hell, Jesus. Do not concern yourself with that, I just did myself great harm. I played the violin until I was around 16, I think. What made you stop? I don't know, I just kinda said, that's it, one day and stopped. What about cousins or the rest of your family? I see very little of them, actually. Mainly because my dad moved away from most of them. Most of my mom's family lives in France, to boot. So your mom's French? Yep. Can you speak French? This is gonna be good. Mon irglisier ist plein d'anguilles. Good stuff. Oh, what does that mean? Rubbish? I don't know, I can't speak French. I did try though, but college started and I stopped taking classes. Funny enough, I actually have a cousin from my mom's side that lives close by. But you'll be hard-pressed to make me spot him in a crowd. You're kinda lucky, you know. All of my mom's side of the family lives here. The chances of me meeting someone I'm related to on the street are ridiculously high. But yeah, that's the primer on my family. Nothing too interesting, sadly. Your mom's a French violinist, and you call that uninteresting? I'm wondering if your family has ever made a fuss about you being a hacker. Hacker makes it sound too exotic. It's like if I called you a mixologist. That's not the same thing at all, because mixologist just sounds made up. Please don't ever. Sounds like something somebody would say to make bartender sound sophisticated. See? I mean, hacker is a good way to summarize it, but it's not the best. I'm a security consultant. People want to find flaws in the system, security of their systems, and I do my best to pinpoint where it breaks. Be it Glitch City or anywhere else in the world, they need security. I'm their woman. You know, naming a place Glitch City seems like it's really asking for trouble, now that I think about it. You've told quite a few stories about cracking into databases to retrieve info, like some sort of mercenary, though. That doesn't change the fact that hacker is not the best term to use. Makes the whole thing sound illegal when it's actually an honest job. True, I kind of assumed you were doing illegal stuff as well, honestly. Didn't you tell me you once secured some incriminating pics from a guy's cell phone? A mostly honest job. Sheesh. What made you become a hacker, by the way? I've always been a sucker for puzzles. Even as a kid, I always had a Sudoku or crossword with me. But at some point, they started feeling kinda samey. So, when I started college, I took a course on system security. It felt like the one kind of puzzle I was looking for. I mean, there are all kinds of things involved in breaching net security. You need to attack the stuff from different angles, and it's something that's always evolving. The whole point of everything is to strengthen security. Every time you think you've got the gist of it, they change everything. So it's kinda like an always evolving puzzle. A puzzle I help make harder at that. Huh. I didn't think about it that way. It is less actiony than what movies make it up to be, though. No real-time frantic typing, nothing like that. Still, seeing my code break through something, it's an amazing feeling. Will you have anything else? I'll have a classy drink. Any classy drink. Well, don't you worry, I happen to know the classiest drink of them all. The Bad Touch. Here you go, a bad touch. Yep, just what I needed. A bad touch always brightens up my day, thanks. Say, Jill, what's the worst that could happen if you don't get your drinks right? Well, people have the right to not give me money. If they don't pay for it, I don't get my bonus. No bonus means less money and no tips, which doesn't help because I have to pay bills. Oh, I see. Do you have to make an effort to pay your bills? No. You have no idea how much I hate you right now. Well, my job pays pretty well, and I'm not the kind to spend too much on things other than food and bills. Maybe maintenance on my hands and new equipment, but aside from that, Oh, I know. If you have trouble with your bills, why not live with me? We could be roommates that touch each other. Dunno. Moving my stuff through the stairs because the elevator's broken. Having to move my liquor collection. Never mind the fact that my cat's a shut-in that got very upset the one time I moved some furniture around. The idea of moving just gives me a headache. You shouldn't take things so seriously when I say them, you know. Now it's just gotten awkward. I don't, but I've thought about it before. Now I need some air. I'm gonna take my break. You wanna come? Are you inviting me to the back of the bar? You should invite me to dinner first. Every minute you waste making jokes is time taken from my break. Fine, let's go. Boss, I'm taking my break. Call me if anyone comes in. Sure, I'm not listening. Time to save the game. Cold. It sure is chilly out there. It's kinda refreshing. The hobo out there seems like a nice guy. Billy Vine? Yeah, he's a cool guy. Very respectful. Apparently he got into some legal trouble and that's why he's like that. Really? He could also just be a very nice hobo crackhead, though. I have a cousin that lives like a hobo, actually. Really? It's a bit complicated, though. Problem is, his family has tried to get him to live with them, but his pride won't let him accept their help. He'd rather live on the streets for some reason. You can't tell with some people, sadly. Why did he become a hobo in the first place? Bad investments and debts. Bank evicted him from his house. Oh. It's a serious problem because he has epileptic attacks but refuses to take his medication. I just don't get what's up with him. Honey, some service here. I'm here, don't scream. Oh-ho, were you two hanging out at the back of the bar? What kind of stuff were you doing? Just talking. Is that what they call it these days? What do you want? Something soft, something sweet. No alcohol, please. Wouldn't it be the same if you just grabbed a soda from a vending machine? But I like you. Do you dislike my presence so much? Stop that. Sweet and non-alcoholic, you say. Alright, just stop doing that. Here, it's called a sugar rush. See, you don't get this kind of treatment from vending machines. Unless you're Lawrence. But he has this weird idea that good service is the same as selling lukewarm cans of cola. Lawrence? A friend of mine, he's a vending machine. Obviously. Oh, but how impolite of me. I'm lovely and my name's Dorothy. Dorothy Hayes, nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Alma, the pleasure's mine. Dorothy, you say? Yep, why? Nothing, I guess I've heard about you before. Really? What kind of stuff? Do tell me. Mostly about your, pluckiness. And here I was thinking it was because I'm a sex worker. So much for trying to be subtle. Hey, I take pride in my job, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. Isn't it dangerous? I know how to take care of myself, thank you very much. Don't make me shoot you with my handguns. You think I have a revolver or something in here? No, it's much more literal than that. Where do you work, Alma? I'm a hacker. Really? A full-fledged hacker. Not the kind that sees a computer logged into some account and says that's hacking, right? No offense, but you do look like that kind of person, not to generalize. No, of course not. I've always been curious about how being a hacker works. Do you just start typing really fast while waiting for something to happen? No. I can explain, but I don't know if you'll get it. We won't know until we try, right? Last time I said I had to jam the plastic replica of a halogen light bulb up a grown man's ass. Well. It was a success! Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Okay, then, let me try to explain, in general, how it works. Let's say I have to retrieve information from a company's database. Alright. First, I do some research on the target, OS, servers, how the information is stored and all that. There have been a couple of occasions where I had to go in blind, but they're the exception rather than the rule. First, I secure things from my side. I start working behind proxies, websites, and through other more vulnerable computers I find on the way. After that, I start testing the networks. I go through the basic protocols, try known exploits as long as they don't trigger any alarm. Once I've tested the ground, the fun starts. I go through all the security protocols and look to bypass them. Sometimes I have to look deeper into the code for the password itself. I see. Then, when I'm finally in, I go and retrieve user privileges. After that, I go and try to become a super user and get what I need. How do you do that? Well, there are a couple of ways. I can use a pre-made program to hack into an already existing account. I can use some info someone already gave me, but the usual way is using a buffer overflow. Buff. What happens next? Stop. Dorothy intensifies. I create a backdoor. This is really distracting. I create a backdoor in the system before leaving and covering my tracks. I can't handle it anymore. Alma, hack me like you've never hacked anything before. This is getting very uncomfortable very fast. Make my buffer overflow, create a backdoor in me, escalate your user privileges, find flaws in my security. Oh god. This is getting too hot for prime time, frankly. Sorry, I got carried away there. No shit, what happened? Have you seen those movies or books where a couple does something like paint a picture or cook, but they make it sound like they're having sex instead? Suggestive scenes, yeah. Well, that whole thing was kind of like that for me. Really? I guess humans don't really get it because their minds don't upload to networks or anything. But trust me, if you recorded yourself giving a really detailed explanation in a really sexy voice, you'd make millions. Horny Lilum are an unexploited market. I see. Oh, looks like my ride is here. Of course, it's not like I'm just trying to eject from this situation or anything. Yep, my brother-in-law came to look for me. Is it alright to ask that from him? It's okay. I've known him since preschool, so it just so happened that he got married to my sister. Hey Dorothy, you need a ride? Can you drop me by 3rd Street? Sure, it's on the way. Yay, I'll take your offer then. Bye, honey. Later, Jill. Take care. The street seems noisy. I haven't noticed the TV today, actually, but that's a very depressed-looking woman right there. Hello, welcome to Valhalla. What can I get? Oh my. This is the Riddler's brother who gets locked in the basement and fed a bucket of fish heads right here. Such a small yet comfortable place. Truly an oasis of spiritual drinks in the midst of the suburban desert. This is not the suburbs. A place where lost and corrupt souls can gather to forget their troubles for a while. A nest where everyone from the most pathetic scum to the vilest trash junkie can just sit to kill their insides. Truly a real persona non grata. That's Latin for mysterious place, by the way. I'm so smart and philosophical, milady. Alright, we got ourselves a persona non grata here. What will you have, then? 17. Excuse me? I said 17. 7 plus teen. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Just to be sure, 17 is about the drink you want, right? Only if you want it to be. Yeah, this is definitely the Riddler's reject brother right here. He thinks he's real smart. Well, guess I'm gonna read some descriptions. Alright, so I tried counting up all the ingredients and I tried reading all the descriptions, that didn't help. So then, I counted up all the ingredients, nothing totals 17 ingredients. So the only thing I can imagine 17 means is that it's 17th in the library of drinks we have. Because I was like, alright, it's gotta be the ingredients total 17. But no, there's a couple that are 18, but not quite, you know. Oh, I fucked up, fuck. On the rocks. Mixed. Is it a piano, ma'am? How is this a 17? It isn't. You said 17 would only be related to your drink if I thought it was, and I think it isn't. Oh, you subverted my expectations by taking me literally. Sneaky. And what brings... So did I fail? And what brings you here, mister? I'm Armandio. Virgilio Armandio. See? I introduced myself using the Asian order because that's a lot more polite. Right. And I came here looking for an otherworldly experience. Euphoric, one may describe it as. I was passing and saw this place is called Valhalla. I want to see the souls of resting warriors, the wounded spirits of noble souls, the golden hall full of never-ending banquets, the lively Valkyries looking over them. We have some arcade machines on the corner. No. You're taking me too literally. You see, I'm being poetic, milady. I'm giving a mystical air to a mundane affair. I wanted to see drunk people. I wanted to see waitresses and food. I wanted to see the bar in all of its decadent glory. Well, you're out of luck. Today's been quite the slow day. Not that I'm very surprised given how things have been going on in the streets, though. Humans are a nasty bunch, that much is true. Making a ruckus, coming at each other, but that's to be expected from the only mammal to kill its own. I'm no zoologist, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Oh yeah? Then give me an example, non-zoologist bartender. Like I said, I don't know exact details, I just know that isn't right. If memory serves right, once a lion takes over the pride, every cub born from another lion is killed or something like that. Chimpanzees murder each other all the time. Pfft, takes over a pride. You can't take over pride. Pride isn't a tangible thing. Now who's being literal? You need to stop making things up, non-zoologist bartender. But, going back on topic, do you know what the number 17 means? The atomic number of chlorine? No, and Cleo's a name, not a number, you know. The group where halogens are in the periodic table? Stop making up words like halogens, periodic, and table. I know you have a lesser mind, but milady, you're just taking it too far. Okay then, I give up. 17 is us. Every human has 17 pairs of chromosomes. That number is the whole foundation of you and me. It's 23. What is? Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, not 17. Well, they're both primal numbers, so it's the same idea. But what? Alright. Do you want anything else? I'd like a single plum floating in perfume served in a man's hat. Alright. Okay. I understand. Look, I don't know. I made every drink to see if one looked like that. Doesn't. This is the best I got. Is this it? Hold on. What? Oh. I didn't expect you to be able to deliver it, you know. What? I asked you for an impossible order to prove the feebleness of the human condition. No matter what you do, you'll never have all the answers and resources you need. You can make as many drinks as you want, but you would never be able to deliver that ridiculous order. You still have to pay for this, you know. Hey, bartender, have you ever thought about death? How? What if we're already dead? Both of us. What? What tells you I even existed before I entered that door? How can you assure me that this reality is real and we were not, in fact, in heaven or hell all along? What if everything up to this point is just some stupid story written by an unemployed 20-something in his room? I could punch you to make you feel reality. I don't care about any of that, actually. This reality's real for me, and that's all that matters. Such a close-minded way of seeing things. I'd expect nothing less of a lesser mind. You need to get away from the factual facts. Alright. Open your mind to things beyond your reach. You'll never reach enlightenment if you don't start. The Habanera has started. It means the twilight of the gods in German, by the way. That's... Well, you're on your own, bartender. Enjoy your new world order. What? A couple of nearby cars exploded, it seems. Oh, hell. Let me take a look out the window. Be careful. I see lots of flashes in the distance. Most likely gunshots. Jill, come here a sec. What? I knew this TV was about to change, you see. What about 5 gigabytes of reports proving that several White Knight squads have been used to cover illegal actions were released to the public by an unknown anarchist group. We're receiving reports of several units going rogue and using their weapons to hunt down anyone they find on the street. Several counterterrorism forces from neighboring cities have been dispatched in order to subdue the crazed units after a plea from the Vice President. We're still waiting for a declaration from Zaibatsu Corp's CEO on the subject, but until then, things are ugly in and outside of that bank, it seems. I'd recommend you stay here tonight. It's too dangerous to even think about going outside. What if they break in? They won't. Even then, the bar has quite the security system. Plus, do you forget the time that I wrestled 17 bears whilst hogtied on the ground using nothing but my ears? And I'll be here protecting you as an added bonus. Yeah, I guess I'll stay tonight. I'll get you the spare mattress I have. Do you mind sleeping in my office? No, I guess it's fine. Good. Let's hope everything gets solved by the morning. I'll have Zankatsu on hand, just in case. The metal bat with nails? Ooh, a metal bat with nails. Such innovation. There's nothing it can't bash. Heh. Say, Gil, 4. Hope everything's better by tomorrow. Probably won't be. But that's fine. Time to save the game.